Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, CCX here. Welcome back to the finale of Chrono Cross. In the last episode, we took on the final two elements. Well, we took on the last Omega element, Blue, and we took on the final quote-unquote boss of Terra's Tower, the Time Devourer. And now, with everything said and done, once you are ready, and you have set up your team properly, go back to Apasa Beach and let this final scene unfold. Okay, we gotta actually go back to gotta go back to the home world. Oh good, I get to let you guys see this scene one last time. Now that we are back in the home world, now we can head to the final boss. Yo, kids, so you finally made it, Surge. Where did this sorry tale all began? Was it 10 years ago when you almost drowned here? Or was it 14 years ago when you were wounded by that panther demon that attacked you, resulting in you being carried to Chronopolis where you came into contact with fate? Or perhaps it was even the 2400, years in the future when the time crash hurled Chronopolis back to prehistoric time. Or even it could have been 12,000 BC, when an ancient magical kingdom met its end after trying to use all of us. Each is close to being correct, and yet at the same time so far from the right answer. The true beginning was during the destruction of the ancient kingdom of Zell. As the palace collapsed around her, Princess Shala was sucked into the dimensional vortex along with the Larvos Mima machine. Shala and Larvos became unified into one even more powerful entity that would evolve into the Devourer of Time, called the Dream Devourer in the Chrono Trigger DS port, which is kind of something that I kind of have a bit of a problem with, considering the fact you wouldn't even know that if the DS port never came out, because that boss fight never existed in the PlayStation version. Or in the Super Nintendo version. Filled with the hatred and sadness of Larvos, half of Shala's mind became set on destroying all of existence. Yet at the same time, the other half of her mind desired to save the universe to be rescued herself. As Shala fell through the gate in this condition, she heard your crying echoing through time. That is when her story and yours began to intertwine. It is also when the past and future began to intersect, and when the world became divided into two. Led by the pitiful crying the young Surge made as the panther demon poison took hold of him. Princess Shala traveled 10,000 years in time to try and make contact with this dimension. This caused a raging magnetic storm and resulted in Fate's system malfunctioning, which led Surge to the frozen flame. Yes, Surge, the sound of your crying touched the heart of Princess Shala. Before the destructive mindset could become dominant, she cloned herself and set her copy into this dimension. And you guys know who that copy is? Shala left her baby daughter clone with her ancient pendant possessing magical powers. This was to safeguard her daughter clone in life and death situation. The pendant will rewind time a little, sending her daughter clone into a safer point in immediate past. That's right, kid. It's Shala's daughter clone. You're wrong. I'm me. I ain't no Shala daughter or clone. Yes, that's right, kid. If that's how you feel. I think Princess Shala will have wanted it to be that way too. And now about Project Kid, the time control project Balthasar planned out. The whole project existed to lead you to this one special point in time. The founding of Chronopolis, the time crash, and the battle between Fate and the Dragon Gods. It was all coordinated so that you would get your hands on the Chrono Cross and come to this place. Of course, Kid was not to know anything about this whole plan until later, when all this was finished. Further in the future, Kid is meant to travel back in a year's time from now to save Surge from drowning, and the Kid was also meant to call Surge into the other world as he spoke with Lena here on the Pasa Beach. You're our last hope, our final chance. Only you who came into contact with Shala and Kid and Shala's clone daughter can do it. In the darkness that exists on the other side of time, Shala has been integrated with the Devourer of Time. Please, Surge, release Princess Shala from the binds of that monster and her own hatred. Show us the life forms that exist on this planet, what our new future will be. And that is the spoiler of Kid. Kid is Shala's clone. And yeah, that ending sequence that you see in Chrono Trigger, that baby, that was Kid. That was also Shala's clone. Where even angels lose their way. 10 years ago, you died at this very spot. There's no mistake you drowned. Truth is, this world in which you are still alive is irregular in this false reality. 10 years ago, it was Lynx who tried to kill you at that beach. After Prometheus broke the link between Fate and the Flame, Fate tried to eliminate any obstacle that stood in this way. In the meantime, the 6 dragons had sent Harley forth to try and gain possession of the Flame. Harley made contact with the Fate's biological incarnation Lynx and tricked him into temporarily joining forces. The elimination of the Prometheus circuit lock on the Frozen Flame was everyone's top priority. Lynx and Harley and Dr. Luca, who alone could release the Prometheus lock that guarded the Flame, but the whole attempt only ended in failure. Then they have just waited for you to appear instead. You see, Fate calculated that you would one day cross the dimensions and try to make contact with the Flame. I don't know how to break this to you, but Lynx was actually your father, Wazaki. Drawing closer to the Flame caused him to become unstable, and an image of you dying in terror changed him completely. Finally, after having his psyche totally enrolled, he lost his soul and was easily integrated by Fate. Fate turned Wasaki into a biological interface, modeling him, after your worst fear at the time, a panther. Although Wasaki managed to escape from Chronopolis with you, he later completely succumbed to Fate. Humans are such fragile, disjointed, imperfect things, love and hate, life and death. Perhaps even Fate itself dreamed of us of using the Flame someday, whatever. It's quite sad, really. It's like when you gaze into the Flame gazes back at you. Yep, Lynx was Wasaki, our Surge's father. Any more spoilers you guys want to give us? A new species about to be born on this planet, an alien life form even more evolved than the old Larvos. In the darkness beyond time, the weakened Shala came under the influence of Larvos, and the two became one. It is now up to you, the one whom the Frozen Flame has chose as its arbiter. You alone can decide how the new Larvos, which has engaged Shala within, will evolve from here. Your actions will determine whether the future all time is devoured by Larvos, sending the world into everlasting death. Balthasar foresaw this was going to happen in this world in 2300, and he was determined to prevent it from happening, no matter what it took. The Chrono Cross, it alone can combine the sounds of the planet that the 6 type elements produce. The melody and harmony of the brim within all life forms use the song of life to ill her enmity and suffering. We entreat you, Surge. Please save Shala. And with that, once you're ready, activate the time egg and prepare for the final boss. The final gate which leads to the darkness of time. Looks like this is finally it. Watch over us, Dario, as we engage in the battle to the end of all battles. Come on, Surge. Me, mate. You don't want to keep the girl waiting any longer. She's been waiting for you, and only you. And for over 10,000 years, I might add. If the world's going to be destroyed, then let it be destroyed. If history is going to be changed, then let it bloody well be changed. I'll show you what radical dreamers really dream about. And now it's time to face the final boss of Chrono Cross. And if you guys are familiar with the Dream Devourer of Chrono Trigger, there she is. Shala. Now, this fight is not hard in the slightest. In fact, you can kill the Time Devourer if you want. I wouldn't recommend it, though. Only because of the fact that if you try to kill him... Ah, great. He's already screwing up my grid. First things first, what you want to do. Try to get Surge all the way up to 8. Well, I should more so say, try to get everybody up to 8. And then what you're going to do next is you're going to go ahead and, well, let him have his fun. Like, let him do whatever the hell he wants. Alright. Once that's done, get to 8 with Surge. And now, do what you're supposed to do. Of course, the first move right out the gate needs to be yellow. Oh, you douchebag. Whatever. No, actually, no, that's not fine. That's actually gonna screw me over big time. Okay, well, you know what? No, that's actually fine. That's fine. Thanks. I needed that. Actually, wait, no, I didn't. I just screwed myself over. Damn it. Okay, you know what? We're gonna heal ourselves. Gonna pretend this is not happening. This fight is only tough only because of the fact that he attacks as well. But as I said before, don't worry too much about him attacking. Because here's another thing. All of his attacks are all green innate spells. So yeah, that can be a little bit problematic. Alright. I think I probably forgot yellow. Did I forget yellow or something? No, I didn't. Alright. Alright, let's start this nonsense again. Yellow. Red. Green. Should probably make him use green instead, the douchebag. Probably a lot easier, but I don't know if he is gonna use green, but just in case, let me just poke you. Come on, use green. I know you want to, or you can be a total douchebag and don't. What? Yellow. Ah. I failed to mention this boss fight is actually also very annoying. Cut! Alright. And it's completed. See, the thing is that he is supposed to also use a black innate ability, but he wants to be a douchebag about it, so he's not going to even bother. Alright, so once you have white, all you need to do is get it to 7. Once it's to 7, you activate the Chrono Cross, and that's the end of the game. And enjoy the credits.